Hello and welcome to my channel. My name is Kalita Miller. I am the creative director and owner of Worship with Flags. If this is your first time here, we would love for you to be a part of the community by hitting that subscribe button and turning on post notifications so that you're alerted every time we post a new video. If this is not your first time here, welcome back. I am so glad that you decided to be a part of this community, and we just love you and appreciate you for watching all of our videos and sharing them with your loved ones and those that it will benefit. So today, this video, first I want to say happy Friday. This video is a little different than what I have on my channel. However, I am in a season, in a space that whatever God tells me to do, I do. And this is something that he dropped into my heart today. So I said, you know what? I'm going to be obedient and just do it and not try to figure out why. So we know that many times that's what we do. We're trying to figure out the reasoning behind. But I'm coming to you today to talk about Worship Arts Encounter, known as WAE, for 2023, that is hosted by Christ Center for Dance. Now, if you're not familiar with Christ Center for Dance, I'll drop their information in the description box. But listen, if you have never attended a WAE before, come out. This year is currently only a day and a half. They'll go back to their full 3 days back in 2024. I will also drop the latest video that they did on Facebook and YouTube, I believe, in the description as well. So listen, I wanted to come on to share my experience with WAE. This video is by no means sponsored. It was not requested that I do it. I literally wanted to share with you guys how the WAE has blessed me over the years, and how each year in November, I look forward to having this experience. I look forward to being with like-minded people who are just able to worship freely. I mean, the atmosphere that is set that you can truly be yourself. You can worship freely and not worry about who's looking. You just give total surrender to God. It's like being with like-minded worshipers who all have the same mission, and that is to glorify God, right? So I want to say, since I don't know exactly which year they started, but I want to say, if I missed any, I want to say at least one, possibly two, because I believe we had one around COVID time, but I'm not sure. But if I missed any, no more than two. And I have vowed to never miss another one, okay? Because they have all been life-changing, and life-changing in a way that each year it's a different experience. And sometimes it's hard to articulate like what transpires during this WAE encounter. Is truly an encounter. And it's hard to verbalize and express to someone what took place. It's one of those situations where you just have to be there. You have to be there and just get filled with everything that God is releasing in that atmosphere. Whether it's the session leaders, the worship leaders, the sessions, praise and worship, it doesn't matter what it is. Everything is filled, okay? So as a minister of flag and dance, and also as Worship with Flags, to me is more than just product and sales. It's also a ministry. And because it's a ministry and I am creating things for you guys, I need to ensure that I'm fed, and I need to ensure that I am built up and filled with his word. So I have to experience these type of events and have these type of times where, I can totally soak into the Father, separate from my intimate relationship. But going to these type of encounters, it just give you a different view on life. And then also it allows you to stretch in whatever gift that you have, to stretch in whatever calling that you have on your life. It pushes you to want to find out more. It pushes you to want to go to that next level. That's the best way I can verbalize it. So listen, I wrote a couple of points because I wanted to make sure that I did not forget to share with you guys. So I want to say that this year it will be held in Philadelphia. It is a day and a half. It's Friday night and all day Saturday. And listen, if you are in the Philadelphia or surrounding areas, you want to be in the building. I don't know how else to say it. I know we're Christ Center for Dance is posting stuff, but when I started to question God, like, why am I making this video? It's like, because think about, it may be a viewer who is not aware of who Christ Center for Dance is, or maybe may have not made that connection for WAE. So I'm in a space now that if God instructs me to do something, even if it's for one or two people who watching this video who need to hear how this way has changed my life and how it has blessed me, that you may, it may give you that nudge to say, if I wasn't quite sure if I wanted to go, I want to be there. Okay. So this is just me coming on as someone who has experienced the encounter that takes place. This year's theme is called Heaven's Artistry. Artistry. I don't even think I have to say anything else. I mean, the theme alone kind of already tells you what's about to take place. But listen, if you are not in the Philadelphia area and you're not in Pennsylvania, it's worth the travel. Book your flight, your road trip. It's several hotels in the area that you can stay in. They have Airbnbs. Listen, if you feel a tug on your heart to be in the building, do what you need to do. Move heaven and earth to be there so that you can receive whatever it is that God has for you. Amen. All right. So, listen. Also, I wanted to say that I'm in this season now that I believe that God is tugging me to do more things that's outside of my comfort zone. And because they're outside of my comfort zone, I try to start to, question God, like, God, why do you want me to do this? Well, God, what is the purpose behind this? And God, why is it that you want me to blah, 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 blah? But I said, you know what? I'm going to stop asking why. And I'm going to use my faith and trust God to do exactly what he tells me to do. Regardless if I know the outcome, regardless if I see the next step, just trusting and believing that it is always a purpose and a reason with the Father. So let me just share something with you that I was reading earlier today that blessed me, that I wanted to bless you. And it tied into this faith thing and just pretty much obeying and doing what God tells you to do, regardless of what that looks like. It is to obey what the Lord tells you. Whether it makes sense or not, just obey. So that's where I'm at. Whether it makes sense or not, whether I understand, whether I have all the answers, I'm just going to obey. Listen to the Lord's instructions in your heart. Search for them in his word. There is no faith without action. There will be something that God will require you to do in order to release or express your faith. It may not make sense to you. It may make sense to you or it may not. If there is any unfilled obedience in your life, get busy and do what the Lord has told you to do. It is the only way to get unstuck. So for me, the word unstuck it doesn't necessarily mean that you don't have a relationship with God. It doesn't mean that you're not walking in your purpose. That unstuck thing could just be this small little thing that's keeping you from going to that next step. And sometimes we have areas in our life where we're just stuck, right? So this is me getting unstuck and doing the things that are a little uncomfortable for me and doing things that I quite don't understand the reason behind it and where it's going to go. But we can get unstuck together. Just take that leap of faith. And if God is tugging at you, then do what he is calling you to do and just obey, regardless of what it looks like, regardless of what you can see. All right. So I pray that this video bless you. And I pray that anything that he wanted me to share with you, I did not forget. But listen, all of the ways worship arts encounter have been transformative. And I want to say different in each way, because remember, when we in different seasons of life, we get different things. We're at different levels. So then, it just from, dimension to dimension to dimension. So it's kind of like each one is different because it also is where you are in your life. Like you and I can be at the same encounter and get something a little bit different because God is planting different seeds based on where we are in life. All right. So I pray that you are able to attend. I would love to meet you if I haven't already. So listen, if you need any additional information, I'll also drop in the description the registration link for you to register for the Worship Arts Encounter so that you can come out, be blessed, be filled with glory, so that you can be overflowing in his presence. You hear me? Overflowing. I mean, when I'm telling you, I feel like after each way, I just have this glow. And it's the glory of the Lord, right? Nothing within myself. It's just the glory of the Lord. So I pray that this video blesses you. And until the next one, continue to move forward. Take that step. If this was the nudge that God was needed to give you, then I pray that this blesses you. All right. Until the next video. Bye bye. Thank you so much for watching.